Hello, my name is Rachel. I'm a nutritional scientist, and today I'm going to talk to you about why diets don't work. If you're watching this, you've probably tried dieting before, and if you've tried one diet, you've probably tried them all. And if you've tried them all, you probably feel frustrated and defeated because none of them seem to be working for you. I want you to know that the reason diets don't work isn't because you are weak, isn't because there is something wrong with you. It's because they just literally don't work for anybody. And I'm gonna share why. So first of all, diets weren't made to be sustainable, right? They're meant to be a short-term solution to weight loss. So a lot of these diets look like a 10-week plan or a 12-week plan, and none of them are meant to be sustainable. And a lot of us, once we finish one diet, we go on to another diet and to another diet because we haven't really established a sustainable routine that we can do for the rest of our lives. And that works. Finding a sustainable routine that we can do forever is what actually works. But because diets were meant to be this short-term thing, the reason that they fail and that most of us gain weight after a certain period of time being off of them is because they weren't designed to be long-term. They weren't designed to be something that you could do forever. But our culture and our society a lot of times has taught us that it's normal to always be on diets and that diets are the solution to the health that we're looking for, the confidence that we're looking for, and just the solution to feeling good in our bodies once and for all. Which is why, most likely, once you stop dieting, you gain it all back. Now, the second reason that diets are not sustainable and don't work is because a lot of times diets lead to nutrient deficiencies. So despite what you've been told, cutting out a lot of different food groups from your diet for a long period of time is not healthy for anybody. And this is what creates nutrient deficiencies. And when we have nutrient deficiencies, this leads to us not only feeling just tired and not great, but this leads to so many other issues in our bodies, which actually contribute to weight gain in a lot of cases. So when we are deficient in certain nutrients, this can lead to our hormones being off balance. This can lead to our blood sugar levels being all over the place, which can be really harmful over a long period of time. This can lead to us feeling anxious and depressed and weak and have low energy. And all of these things can contribute to us ultimately gaining all of that weight back afterwards. And making sure that we have all of the nutrients we need for our bodies to function at its best is basically what we should be focusing on. It should be our priority versus just looking for things to cut out. We want to make sure that we have all of the nutrients that we need, and that is how you really reach your goal of feeling your best all the time, of feeling confident in your body and being at the weight that is naturally the most healthy for you. The third reason why diets never really work is because dieting leads to binging a lot of the time. So when we tell ourselves that there are certain foods that we can never have, what ends up happening? We end up thinking about this food all of the time. We end up obsessing over this food that we tell ourselves that we can never have, and we really, really want this food. And the more that we restrict these foods, the more we actually end up binging on them, and the more likely we are to actually end up eating those foods. And this leads to that really toxic diet and binge cycle that a lot of us struggle with. And again, it's not because you're weak. It's not because there's anything wrong with you for not being able to stay away from these certain foods. It's just, for any of us, the more that we restrict a certain food, the more we're gonna want it. And the funny thing is, the moment that you allow yourself to have every food and you view all food as equal is the moment that you actually end up making those healthier choices the majority of the time. the more that we choose these maybe not so nourishing foods, we end up feeling satisfied because we don't feel like we can never have it again. And it's not something, again, that we're restricting. And then we satisfy our craving and we move on with our day. And this is how you find a really healthy balance. And you're never gonna find that balance by restricting, because you're gonna end up eating it, feeling really, really guilty, and then feeling like you have to restrict again, and the cycle continues. So the moment you view all food as equal, as scary as this sounds, because it's so different than what we were taught, the moment you see all food as equal and really give yourself the freedom to choose what's best for you in each and every moment, is a moment that you can actually make those healthier choices, those better choices for you, and enjoy your life and be your happiest and healthiest self. So the fourth reason that dieting never really works is because this automatically leads to an unhealthy relationship with food. So if we are dieting for a long period of time and we're restricting foods for a long period of time, this can lead us to really having an unhealthy obsession with the food that we're eating. So we're constantly thinking about those foods that we're not allowed to have. We are constantly obsessing over what it is that we're eating during mealtime, and a lot of times this leads to us avoiding certain social outings with family and friends. This leads us to avoiding traveling with family and friends, and this leads us to skipping certain things that bring us happiness because we feel like we can only eat this certain way, or we have to work out this many times, which again, over time leads to a very unhealthy obsession with food and exercise and with our bodies. And the moment that you just give yourself the freedom to eat whatever it is that you desire, you automatically have more freedom in your day-to-day life. You automatically are able to be more flexible around food and around other things as well. So it's really important to note that while dieting for a short period of time maybe looks like it's something positive and healthy, but over time, this can easily lead to an obsession and a very unhealthy relationship with food. The fifth reason that diets normally don't work over a long period of time is because there's so much more to factor into feeling your best, feeling your happiest than just the food that you're eating. So if you're only focusing on what it is that you're eating and you're not focusing on the holistic side of things, you're not looking at the other things that you need to feel your best and for your body to function at its best, then you're probably still going to be very unhealthy. And some other things that are really important to take note of are you getting in all of the nutrients that you need? Are you sleeping for enough hours every single night? Are you lowering stress, or do you have a lot of stress in your life? And a lot of times being on a diet is the exact cause of your stress. So always having to make sure that you are eating a certain way and obsessing over certain foods that you can and can't eat can easily lead you to having a lot of stress in your life, which again can lead to you not feeling your best, can lead to your body not functioning at its best, which is the opposite of what we want when we want to feel our best and our happiest and healthiest selves. So there's a lot of other factors to look at when it comes to our health than just the food that we're eating. Food is just a part of it all. So those are just some of the reasons that diets don't work. And if you are really sick of being on this dieting cycle that seems never ending and you want to just find food freedom once and for all, you want to feel incredible in your body once and for all, and be your happiest and healthiest self without having to go on a diet, then I invite you to check out my website, thefulllifebyrachel.com, or my Instagram, Rachel_Katz_. Thank you guys for watching.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the pose library. Yoga Plus by PsycheTruth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by PsycheTruth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.